Counsel, you can have your witness being sworn in. Sergeant at Arms kindly facilitate the swearing in of the witness.
I, Jacob Kirari, do solemnly affirm that the evidence that I shall give before the Senate in respect of the matters before the Senate shall be truth, the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Honorable Speaker, my name is Boniface Mawera. I will take these witness through cross-examination. Yes. I have very few questions for you, Mr. Witness. Kindly introduce yourself. What is your name? My name is Jacob Kirari, clerk to County Assembly of Meru. Okay. Honorable Speaker, when we made the request for summons in the morning, we requested that the clerk avail the original register of documents that are received by the County Assembly as and when they are served. He has the original register here. But I don't know, senators, and I'm truly sorry for this, because it's just arrived with this original register. You might not have the benefit of the copies, because it just arrived a few minutes ago, I'm told. So probably after this, you can, copies of this original register can be made for the benefit of the Speaker and the honorable members.
Mr. Speaker, I would desire to respond to that request before ruling is made.
All right, Counsel for the Governor, you had an intervention.
Mr. Speaker, the procedure of this House is that the notice by the clerk gave all of us up to Saturday, the 17th of August this year to furnish our documents to the clerk. My colleagues will confirm we actually, both of us, met at the clerk's office at the same time. In fact, the clerks didn't have to incur any expense serving these documents. The parties just exchanged the documents there. We have just dealt with our witness here, whose affidavit was brought to us for the first time when we were sitting here. All this information you have seen me using to cross-examine, we have had to collect it, including getting information from court in Meru to confirm who these witnesses are, because she had lied to you that so-and-so is not my witness, Virginia is not my witness. I had to get that evidence from Meru. It is an unfair approach to a trial for parties to keep subjecting us to new documents that we have not had a chance to discuss with our client and other persons who may have knowledge, so that we can fairly engage in cross-examination. Mr. Speaker, sir, I humbly beseech that parties having filed their documents, this witness evidence be limited to commenting on the documents already filed and not introducing new documents. It is becoming an extremely punitive trial process to we as counsel and to our client if we will continue facing a trial by ambush. Fortunately for me, this Senate has a number of lawyers who know just how egregious trial by ambush is to our justice system. We are here in a justice process. We beseech you, Mr. Speaker, to make a definitive ruling that the evidence of this witness is limited to commenting on the documents already filed by the parties, where both parties have had a fair chance to look at, and not ambushing us with the new documents, which we don't know how we shall interrogate them before we cross-examine them. I humbly beseech you.
Councillor Longoya, you will note that in the morning there was an application under Regulation 10 by the Council for the County Assembly with regard to these two particular witnesses. And that is the basis upon which they were allowed to come in and was summoned. The first witness has already been dealt with, and you've dealt with it very well, whichever way you did, whether you, out of your ability to do it, you've done within that short time. I believe equally that this particular witness, because of the summons that the House issued earlier on, will because we haven't yet seen the documentation they are going to rely on. It will be on the basis of your documents and whatever register that we will shortly direct that it be availed to the members and the House for them to be able to interrogate as the witness proceeds to testify. So I believe that in the shortest time that we have, we will have the witness take the stand and will be guiding the witness along the way. Counsel for the Assembly proceed to take the witness and make available the document that you would want to have your witness testify on.
Honorable Speaker, the witness has come with the original register. For context, Honorable Speaker, the reason this witness has been summoned is because we discovered forgeries in the governor's documents after we exchanged documents on Saturday at around 6 p.m. And that is the only reason this witness is a fairly short witness. And in our summons, we requested that he avail the original register. There is only one original register, and this is the original register he has brought for all the letters and all the correspondences that are served in the County Assembly. So I would implore, Honorable Speaker, and I would seek your guidance as to whether you can assist us to make copies so that they are availed to members, or the original register can be circulated to members. I'm lost, Honorable Speaker.
Counsel, we will, as you run the witness to the document, we will need definitely for you to table the original document as well as making available copies for counsel for the governor as well as the House to interrogate whether or not we will admit it, but we must get a copy of that register. Senator Faki, what's your point of order?
I'm trying to understand this procedure. You know, what I understand is that whatever evidence that was before the County Assembly is what was brought here. Now, if they are bringing in new evidence, I don't think it is admissible.
Senator Faki, if you followed the proceedings in the morning pursuant to the application made and the ruling of the Speaker, the reason as to why we have this witness is on the basis of that ruling. That has not been vacated. We are proceeding to deal with it. Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, it would be academic for us to proceed in the manner that has been suggested by the Counsel for the Assembly, because we cannot listen to the submissions and entertain the interrogation if we do not have visibility of the documents or records. We are the judges in this matter. We are not spectators. And, Mr. Speaker, I know there is a past impeachment proceeding where we found ourselves in such a situation, where a witness had been summoned and the documents had not been availed to members of the Senate, and the Speaker, sitting where you're sitting, Mr. Speaker, sir, made a ruling that we could proceed with the next witness, and if we don't have the next witness, then the House could consider listening to the testimony of the witness tomorrow in the morning, when all members are able to be seized of the records or the substance that he wants to use to convince the Senate. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, let's not do an academic exercise.
Senator Kajwang, the ruling I've made is to the effect that we get a document in the form of register for purposes of the members to interrogate as well as the counsel for the governor. This is the last witness by the County Assembly, and they have limited time. You know we are prosecuting this motion within limited timelines. And therefore, we will, in the next 5 minutes, be able to conclude on this particular document availed to members. Then we close on this particular case. For now, the position is we will avail the document they will rely on, as well as, if any, important comments they would want to make or interrogate on the evidence that already had been supplied by both parties. I do not want to deviate from that early ruling. We will give them a few minutes to avail that document, then we proceed. Very well. I'll not allow you to intervene any further, Senator Faki. What we will do, I'll give directions to the effect that we will stand down this particular witness. We have got questions, clarifications by members from among the witnesses who already testified. We will go back to that one, get those clarifications. Once we are done, we will come back to this particular witness as we close, because at that time, we will have had time to look at the document, including giving an opportunity to the counsel for the governor to look at that particular register before they take the witness to the stand. So can we have the witnesses who already testified, starting probably with the first witness, be put to the stand? Let members avail questions and clarifications and inquiries they would like to have from that particular witness, so that we immediately embark on that session. Then once we are done, we go back to the gentleman who was on the stand. That is the direction of the chair. The witness can step back as we prepare to avail that document to the House.
We are most obliged, Mr. Chair.